Cobalt Press are launching something called Riverbank, and I want us to take a look at it. This is basically only the preview PDF, but it's a role-playing game. It's set in a cosy world of whimsy. So if you grew up on Wind in the Willows or Beatrix Potter, that is the vibe you're going to get here. It's the quiet life of animals. It's not sword and sorcery, but neither is it boring. Attend tea parties, stroll through gardens, dance at fancy balls and win the prize at the village fete. So it shows some cards here, which I think get dealt out now and again and you have to act upon them, which is a really nice mechanic. 3 to 5 players, brand new system, invites you to use your standard dice that you already have, and you can veer either towards animality or poetry. So basically you become more animal or more humanistic, you know. So yeah, there's a scale to be gauged basically while you're having a tea party. So they're calling it cottagecore, which isn't a phrase I've heard before. In the game you play a civilised animal character in an idealised countryside that resembles post-Edwardian England. Riverbank is not heroic fantasy, insofar as you might find yourself called on to rescue a handkerchief. Group conflicts are more likely to be darts matches than fights, and basically the tea party might descend into chaos, hopefully not. So also reminiscent of Winnie the Pooh, which is pretty strong. That does sound like a good basis for an RPG. Pick your animal and have a microscopic adventure at the riverbank. What is different about this game? The mechanics will feel familiar, that's a good sign. But here are a few ways Riverbank may feel different. Characters can succeed at most realistic actions if the players are willing to take chances. That may make things worse in other, sometimes spectacular ways. So yeah, there's a DC and you have to beat it or equal it. Sometimes you fail, and you can accept the failure, which triggers failure side effects. You might succeed by switching the stat used to build your character number to the pother stat, which triggers summoning pother side effects. But you can buy points to either take you away from becoming all animal or all wrapped up humanoid animal. You want to be somewhere in between. You only have 4 character stats, okay. Charm, intrepidity, pother and sense. The animality/poetry range is a slider bar, as we've mentioned. During a game, characters may move back and forth along the range and even fall off the ends. Adventures or situations may become more complicated across the game sessions, and there will be a haphazardry timer that goes off every half hour, and you draw a haphazardry card. So in the full book, if the Kickstarter goes to full funding, we get the creating a character. Obviously there'll be a rule set, there'll be the NPCs for the game with their stats, and then a location guide, and then how to run the riverbank. Various scenarios, detailed to different degrees. Some are designed with many details useful for new game masters, others presented more briefly. Finally, sections include methods for building situations randomly, casual gaming without a game master, and a description of extended game campaigns called Riverbank Years. Then the appendices. So, what do we think about that? Do you want to get lost in a world of animal fantasy? It's not something I've considered until I saw it. There's some lovely artwork, and it's got this blue art of the Tales of the Valiant, which I've been impressed with. And certainly the adventures that they write, the one-shots. So here's an example of Crow or Magpie. The 4 stats, because that's all they have. They have trickiness, playfulness, wings, and crow-like abilities. Surnames for crows, and frog or toad, amphibian. Yeah, you get it. Mrs. Jammy Porlock. She is selected when the Game Master rolls for random encounters. She appears at some point to demand the immediate assistance of one or more members to help with the project. Don't want to spoil it. So yeah, look at this art. Women's Libber, an adult otter, rabbit. Then we have a map of the Wild Wood, Parliament Hill. So you can explore, you're not stuck on the riverbank. This is like a world map for animals, isn't it? Toad Hall. And it even goes on to the other page. McGregor's Farm, all things I have heard of. A mill, a farm, a pub, the lodge, the village, the station. And then back onto more of the people that you could meet. The situations. A very important party. So here's just an example of a scenario. Where's the party held? How big? How fancy? The host doesn't have enough of something. Food, drinks, chairs. You must get it from somewhere. A visiting scholar. An alarming prediction about the weather. So yeah, this is just a nice change of speed. I think this would be a great way to introduce your children to running and imagining characters. So, will you be on the Kickstarter for this? Because it will appeal to a lot of people, I think. Skewing towards the more young, which is a great way to get them into full-on Tales of the Valiant or other RPGs. So let me know what you think about that and whether you want me to cover more in the future.